I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Editor-in-Chief of the Gallup poll. This is the daily briefing for Tuesday, July the 24th. If the November 08 election were held tomorrow, the Democratic candidate would do extremely well, right? Wrong. Let's look at what we call the general election trial heat ballots. We spent a lot of time here in the daily briefing talking about who's ahead among Democrats and who's ahead among Republicans. Let's look at some hypothetical matchups for the November 08 election between a Democratic and a Republican candidate. Keep in mind that when we run a generic ballot, and don't mention names, just say, who would you vote for, the Democrat or the Republican, or in the instance you're looking at, the independent candidate in November of 08, the Democrat wins pretty handily. However, when we put specific names behind the parties, Republicans look better. Two front runners right here, Hillary Clinton for the Democrats, Rudy Giuliani for the Republicans. You see the trend. The numbers have been up and down a little, but basically Rudy Giuliani's been holding his own. And in our most recent poll, he's slightly ahead of Hillary Clinton by a 3-point margin, not statistically significant, but the key here is that Hillary Clinton's not way out ahead, which one might think she should be based on the generic ballot. Same idea when we put Barack Obama in as the Democratic candidate against Rudy Giuliani. Rudy wins over Barack by 4 points. So far, so good. Let's look at a different matchup. What if Fred Thompson, the still undeclared former senator from Tennessee, was the Republican nominee? Well, versus Hillary Clinton, very close. She actually moves ahead by a few points, a statistical tie, but again, these two candidates would be very close. A different picture, however, when we put Barack Obama in there as the Democratic candidate. Neither of these two candidates extremely well known, Thompson or Obama, and this looks very much like the generic ballot. Obama ahead by 10 or 11 points. Bottom line out of all of this, there is hope for the Republicans. When we put names behind the parties, as we've done here on some of these trial heat ballots, there are circumstances in which the Republican candidate is actually winning the popular vote at this point. Stay tuned. Join us tomorrow on the Daily Briefing when we update Americans' attitudes towards smoking behavior. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Editor-in-Chief of the Gallup poll with Democracy on Demand.